He's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, 4 down, 4 down. Check, 45 to Mike. Orbit. 45 to Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Deuce, 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 deuce. Kill, kill.
Where are they, team? What up?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, let's kick it.
3.
45. That goes. Mike, 45. I don't think it's...
1st down, Mariota. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. This complete to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the shot.
Pilot, 64, weak.
48. Actually, no, Mike, the 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Check 3. Check 3.
Yo, go. 5.
2nd and 9 now. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Kill.
6. Pull it high.
Slam. 36.
Snap.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Check.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated. Right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Yes. He can't go.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Ready, set.
48th month. Here it comes. He's checking it.
Hey, Delta.
Check 3. Check 3.
Go.
Check 44. Check 44. Check 43. Pick the edge. Pick the edge. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now again, right side. McFarland, he's got a first down and more past the 30. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Past the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
48.
2nd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
A loss of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Talk to your boy, I'm gonna protect you.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
General West.
48, Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. You go, night.
Ready.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing, Mariota. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their star.
Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 15 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, ready? 10-2, stop.
In your face.
Hey.
Shit, watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Switch it.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
It's a pickup of
61,
3.
match box,
Brings up
right.
2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Hey, orbit.
42. Mike's 42.
Hit it.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go. Hey, shoot. Snap.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Yeah.
Check. 48's the mic. Check. 48's the mic. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
Hey, echo. Go.
To throw again. Lawrence. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Greystone cabin.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna mic the 48 right now.
Hey, Charlie.
Rap.
Go.
48's mic. 48's mic.
Go for it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
One.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 96 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
First and 10.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Touchdown, Packers. Joshua Perkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, my 7.
48, 48's Mike. 48's Mike. I got you, pop. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. Tackles, tackle.
Go. Get up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
First down, Giants.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Hey, wahoo!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
It's now third down and long.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played three quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, Mariota. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The Giants on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check curls, check curls. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, lock it.
Switch. Hatchet. Joker.
Shoot.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And it is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. 20, 10. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. And here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
On 2nd down now. McFarland, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Three. We got double up.
On 3rd down, McFarland. He's got a 1st down of inside of midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now
bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. 4th down, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They hand off to their big tight end. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They're not ready for this, man.
Spud.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Fofo to Mike. Mike's Fofo. Rip left. Check 26. Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to.
Check 37.
Wide. Get wide.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. On 3rd down, McFarland. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Where are they, team?
Ready? Safe.
One.
Mariota here to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the